Friday. I know we're coming at you a little early. We usually do this show at like 11, but we're here from 9 to 5 today, so we're going to get in here a little early and get this knocked out because we got to clean the front of the store up so that we can open the store on Monday. That's right. We will be reopening regular business hours Monday from 11 to 7. That's going to be May 18th. New comics are going to be here Wednesday, May 20th, so it's exciting to kind of get some kind of return to normalcy. But the stuff that we're going to go over on the show right now is all going to be on Final Order Cutoff this Monday, May 18th. And most of this stuff is going to be in stores on Wednesday, June 10th. Now, you're going to see a lot of duplicate things on here that we have already covered in a prior FOC show before before times. So we're re-FOCing a lot of stuff, and we want to make sure that you are aware of all of this. We want to get our numbers as dialed in as we possibly can so that we're not ordering too much. One thing that we want to be just upfront with you about is that we're taking a very, very serious look at shelf copies for some of the titles that don't necessarily sell super well. And so we're cutting a lot of those shelf titles to maybe one copy, maybe a copy and two copies. But I was going to say a copy and a half, but that doesn't really make sense.
You tear it in half.
You want the front half of the back half, or the top half, or the bottom half.
So we order 10, we actually get 20.
That'd be kind of a dick move. But if you guys are buying stuff off the rack, if you were coming into the store and shopping pre-closure and picking some stuff up, let us know if you would like to continue that. We have a whole second kind of half of this show called Who Does Number 2 Work For? That focuses on some number 2s that are on cutoff that you may have grabbed a copy of number 1. Again, we're just tightening our belts, tightening our focus. We want to make sure that for our subscribers we have everything that you guys want, but to do that you've got to make sure that you tell us to either pull a copy or subscribe to the title, and that's what we're going to go over now. So the way this works, we're going to go over all the stuff, all the things that we feel are of note to you. If you would like to set up subscriptions for any of this stuff, you can comment sub. We will put that title on your subscription so that you get all of the subsequent issues of that book. You don't miss out on anything. If you don't want to commit to getting it on your hold slot, you can comment pull with the title, the cover, and the quantity that you would like to order, because the sky's the limit. As long as you let us know before Monday that you want 5 copies of the Art Germ Punchline variant, we can make that happen for you. You just have to let us know before 5 p.m. on Monday, May 18th. If you come at 5:01 p.m. on Monday, we got to say sorry. Hopefully we'll have enough stuff, but we're going to be kind of cutting it off 5 p.m. on Monday, which will be weird because we're still doing our stream sale on Monday from 4 to 7, but
we're on air.
We're live.
You
can't tell us. So again, it's very important for you to let us know if you want to sub the title or if you would just like to pull a copy of the book, and that's how that's going to go. You can comment on this video right now. I look at all of this stuff when I do FOC on Monday because we just made a post on our website that we link to Facebook, that we share to all the Facebook groups locally. We do this show live right now on air. We take this show and we post it to Facebook. So again, you can comment any time over the weekend. We upload this video to YouTube. So if you don't go on Facebook at all, you can check us out on YouTube. YouTube.com/S/Hall of Justice Comics.
YouTube.com/C.
Sorry for channel.
Yep.
Hall of Justice Comics Collectibles is our channel there. You can make comments there, but we're putting this out there. I literally have to go through and find all of these things on Monday and look at who commented where. It's a giant pain in the butt, but we do it for you guys so that you get the comics that you want to order. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now, and we'll kick it off with Dark Horse this week. This is again something that. Let's watch this and then we'll go. I should have done that earlier. I forgot.
What's your plan for tomorrow? Are you a leader or will you follow? Are you a fighter or will you cower? It's our time to take back the power. What's your plan?
There we go. Welcome back, everybody. We are here for Final Order Cutoff Live. I went over all that stuff earlier that I probably should have done right now, but that's okay. Again, what the takeaway is, if you want to subscribe to something, comment sub. If you want to pull a copy of something, comment pull with the title, the variant, if there's a variant, and the quantity that you would like to order. Let us know before 5 p.m. on Monday, May 18th, and we'll get all that stuff ready for you, okay? So from Dark Horse this week, in stores on June 10th, this is something that we've already FOC'd. This is the Critical Role Chronicles of Exandria Mighty 9 hardcover volume 1. That's a lot of descriptors there. This hardcover art collection features a wide variety of gorgeous illustrations from the Critical Role fan community, paired with text by cast members Liam O'Brien and Taliesin Jaffe. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Journey through Wildmount alongside the motley group known as the Mighty Nine, encompassing the first portion of Critical Role's second campaign. This tome illustrates the adventures of our unlikely heroes as they meet in Trotzenwald, struggle through a heartbreaking encounter with the Iron Shepherds, and much more. Featuring stunning works by fan-favorite artists from the Critter community. I don't know what that means. The Chronicles of Exandria, the Mighty Nine, is a beautiful way to relive all your favorite moments from the hit show. This big, massive hardcover is $44.99. If you're a Critical Role fan or you know of a Critical Role fan, make sure that you let them know about this, and then they can contact us if they'd like to order a copy. So, big old, massive hardcover with lots of fan art and stories. Okay? From DC this week, here we go again.
Finally. Can we just do this?
In stores now it's on June 10th. Batman 92 finally. It's been sitting in Diamond's warehouse for over a month and a half. They're finally re-FOCing this to, allow everybody to correct orders or up orders or
Why didn't they just keep these orders?
down orders. I don't know. I really don't know.
So now we got to resubmit everything.
Everything. So this is, if you guys don't remember, this is the first full appearance of Punchline. She's on the cover of the main cover by Yasmin Putri right there in the background. She is the variant cover by Mr. Art Germ, in stores June 10th. The greatest heist in history is underway in Gotham City, courtesy of the mysterious crime master known as the Designer. Batman knows what he needs to do, but in order to stop the plot, he must first escape the most ingenious death trap the Riddler has ever devised. Written by James Tynion, interior art is by Guillaume Marsh. We read this 2 months ago. It's fantastic. The artwork inside is amazing. If you asked for this like a month ago when we put this on FOC at the end of March, we still have your orders for it. But if you would like to add your copies, if you want both covers, if you want anything extra,
This bothers me.
what's that?
Because you know darn well this is sitting in Diamond's warehouse already. Based on the orders that we've already placed.
Yep.
So if people keep asking for more, they're going to sell out,
Right.
or they're going to be sold out.
Right. This was originally supposed to be in stores on April 1st. This is one of those books that has been sitting in the Diamond warehouses since the shutdown, since Diamond stopped shipping product March 25th. And now, because there's still a number of stores out there that are not open yet. It's nice that Diamond is allowing us to re-FOC this, because we originally ordered huge on this, and I don't know if we're going to now. We'll have to look at where our numbers are at and see what's going on, because it might get cut a lot. I don't know. We'll see what Monday brings. We'll see what kind of mood John's in on Monday.
The print run on it.
What did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
So now you know what the print run is on it too.
Well, all those copies are sitting, and here's the other thing. All those copies are sitting in the warehouse at Diamond. If this is going to be released on June 10th, DC opened up 2 new distributors,
Right.
UCS and Lunar. How are they getting copies of this? Did DC print more copies?
Yeah, that's what
Did Diamond send copies to these other distributors? How? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm just a pawn in this massive game. But Punchline, right there she is.
It's fantastic.
It's awesome. Both covers are awesome. Main cover by Yasmin Putri, variant cover by Art Germ. Like I said, if you told us what you wanted back in March before we closed the store, we have your order. Don't worry, that didn't go anywhere. But if you want to reaffirm what you've committed to, you can ask us, you can let us know, or you can just comment what you want to pull, what you want to sub. Okay. All right. This one is new. This one has not been FOC'd yet. This is Batman Annual number 3, which is in stores on June 10th. June 10th is shaping up to be a massive freaking release day.
Well, this kind of,
and that scares me a little.
Our first comic book shipment's like nothing.
Yeah, the new books that are coming out next week, I think there's like 500 pieces in that shipment total. So it's, well, but also half of the stuff, I got an email yesterday that a bunch of the, I don't know why we're doing this on air, but we're sharing on air.
All right.
A bunch of the DC stuff apparently got shorted to Diamond, which is why everything is so light for next week. So that all that DC stuff is going to show up on May 27th.
It's in Midtown and DCBS.
And DCBS. Okay. But anyways, I digress. Batman Annual number 3 in stores on June 10th. Spinning out of the pages of Batman, discover the origins and motivations behind the cabal of assassins who have come to Gotham to stop Batman from enacting his plans to save the city, including Deathstroke, Cheshire, Merlin, and the new threats of Mr. Teeth and Gunsmith. I don't know who those people are, so
Mr. Teeth. Isn't that
creepy.
The drummer from the Muppets?
I don't know what his name is. I know that's Animal. But
isn't the main guy named Mr. Teeth?
Is it? I don't know. That's great.
The Muppets are in this.
What brought this team together, and who is frightening enough to boss Deathstroke around? It's 5 killer tales from 5 killer creative teams in this can't miss issue. $4.99 with a Guillaume Marsh cover right there for you. If you're subscribed to Batman, we will have a copy of Batman Annual for you. If you're not subscribed to Batman and you would like either to subscribe to Batman or Batman Annual, let us know. Everybody's excited about this next one. From DC this week in stores June 10th. Batman: The Adventures Continue, number 1.
Batman Adventures, isn't that for Harley?
That's the animated stuff. Yes, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Paul Dini is back. He is writing Batman as from the visionary producers of Batman the Animated Series. All new stories in this seminal animated world. In this opening chapter, Wayne Enterprises in Gotham City is attacked by a giant robot that steals an entire room from the laboratory. Who's controlling the robot? How will Batman stop the mechanized menace? And what does it all have to do with Lex Luthor's sudden appearance in Gotham? Guilty! Main cover on my side is by Dave Johnson. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Dan Mora from Once and Future and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That is a fantastic Batman cover. There is a blank that is also available, but I don't have a picture of the blank, but you can imagine what that's
like the right side, very right side.
It's literally right above Dom's head right there. It's a skinny blank, so it's small and...
It's a half blank.
But again, 6-issue miniseries, Batman The Adventures Continue. If you dig the animated series from the 90s and you want to read the continued exploits of Batman in that universe, subscribe to this title.
Cool.
If you don't, you're missing out. The variant's badass. Dan Moore knocked it out of the park with that one. That's it. That's all I have for that one. Speaking of Batman Adventures, DC is doing something very interesting in the fact that they are reprinting a classic series of comic books. This is that classic series, the DC. So it's called DC Classics: The Batman Adventures, number 1. It is an exact reprint of Batman Adventures number 1. It's got a $1.99 cover price, which is pretty cool. And it's the first of a new monthly series of reprints. I don't know if they're going to reprint all of this at $1.99. I got to look into that.
So it's like the same series?
It's like a facsimile edition, but they're doing the series. And I don't know if they're going to do a number of these.
That's cool.
Because if they get up to 12, you know what that is. That's Harley.
Yeah.
So
they cut it off.
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done. Just kidding. Fooled you. If you missed out on the original way back in the day, here is your chance to get in on the ground floor of the Batman Adventures comic book series. $1.99. That's pretty nice
price,
for
man.
a little reprint. It was $1.25 back in the day, so that's not a whole lot of inflation.
Right, and this is more expensive than gas, though.
That's right. You were correct. I had to put this next one up because the variant cover is badass and it'll tickle Dom and Mike Kirk and Johnny Bravado's naughty sides. This is Justice League Odyssey 21. It's on FOC on Monday, in stores June 10th. After failing to neutralize Epoch by stealth attack, Darkseid launches an all-out strike. Cyborg is still under Darkseid's control, shows where his loyalty lies when Green Lantern Jessica Cruz learns about the Lord of Apocalypse's plan to not only remove the self-proclaimed Master of Time, but also take control of Epoch's technology and obliterate the universe's biggest threats. Main cover on my side is by Jose Ladron. The variant cover, though, on Dom's side is by Scan, and Darkseid's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world. My wife is over there just shaking her head at me in disgust. I'm excited about this next one. From Matt Fraction and Terry and Rachel Dodson, we have Adventure Man. This is something that you guys have also seen already. It's already been FOC'd back in March, but it's on FOC again. From Image, we've got the series premiere, a cataclysmic adventure decades in the making. In this wildly affordable triple-length first issue, revisit how the legend of the greatest pulp hero of them all, Adventure Man, ended in a heartbreaking cliffhanger, with our hero facing execution at the vile hand of his ultra-nemesis, Baron Bizarre, on the eve of the macabre apocalypse.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or did it? I know, right?
I love that word.
Macabre apocalypse. Macabre apocalypse. That's a tongue twister right there, friends. 80 years after his apparent demise, single mother Claire and her adventure fan son Tommy seem to be the only two people alive that remember the thrilling Adventure Man sagas, but from that memory burns the spark of resurrection. Where his story ended, her story begins. This sense-obliterating, earth-shaking, imagination-quaking adventure that spans generations comes to you from Matt Fraction, the writer of Sex Criminals and Hawkeye, and Terry and Rachel Dodson from X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Red One. Super Friends, we are making this book a no-risk #1 to you. We are ordering big on it.
What does that mean?
That means that you guys can pick up a copy of Adventure Man #1 for the low price of $3.99. If you read it and you don't like it, you can bring it back and we will credit your account for your next purchase. So
it's not folded over.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't smell like pee, you were reading it in the bathroom and it's got water stains all over it.
Some of these guys read stuff in the bathtub.
You know. Johnny Larson does that. He plays with his action figures in his bathtub.
Right.
So Adventure Man #1, a new series written by Fraction with art by Terry, art and interior stuff by Terry and Rachel Dodson. So it's going to be beautiful. Make sure you guys get in on the ground floor. If you want to pull a copy, like I said, we are offering it to you fully returnable, no qualms whatsoever. Obviously, it just has to be in resellable condition. So, but no Cheetos fingers, nope, none of that stuff. Next from Image, we're re-FOCing another book it's a great freaking read. Nailbiter Returns #1. This one is in stores on June 3rd. So Nailbiter was a series written by Josh Williamson, who's currently writing The Flash, with art by Mike Henderson. And the premise of Nailbiter is that there is a town in Oregon that spawns serial killers. If you're born in this town, the propensity of you growing up and turning into a serial killer is insane. Like, they've got 15 serial killers that have been born in this town. A detective goes there to investigate a disappearance, and all the poop hits the proverbial fan. The series wrapped up a couple of years ago, but this is the return of Nailbiter. 16 of the world's worst serial killers were all born in the same small town, but Agent Finch and Sheriff Crane solved and buried that mystery, right? Didn't they? Violent copycat murders imitating the infamous Buckaroo Butchers have begun in Portland, Oregon, and if Finch wants the killings to stop, he'll have to team up with the daughter of the Nailbiter himself. A brand new mystery begins in this extra-length first issue. If you guys like horror comic books, if you like suspense comics, this is right up your alley. It's a great read. We should have all the trades in stock for the first, I think they went to like 6 or 7 volumes. But it's a killer read, awesome art, Nailbiter Returns.
I never read it.
Randy's got
I read
a blue eye.
Randy's got blue tape.
Oh, no. Next up from Image, we've got Undiscovered Country number 6. This wraps the first story arc for Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, and Giuseppe Camuncoli's.
This was also just
Yeah,
option.
That's why we sold 2 copies of our cover over the last night on eBay. So this, when it was originally solicited, it had already been optioned. Like they had already been in talks with the studio. I believe that the script has just been turned in for this, written by Snyder and Soule. So this thing is happening, and issue 6 right here wraps the first story arc. It is time to leave the zone of the Destiny Man and see what other secrets the former U.S. holds for Charlotte Graves, her brother Daniel, and the rest of the team. However, not all will survive, not all will leave, but they just might learn why they've been brought to America and the prize that awaits at the end of their journey through the undiscovered country. So the main cover on my side is by Giuseppe Camuncoli. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Sean Murphy. What?
Awesome.
That's right, Batman White Knight creator right there.
Looks like his stuff, too.
That's a really freaking rad cover too.
I just noticed the skies.
The flag in the sky.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? So Undiscovered Country number 6 is on FOC Monday. If you've missed out, reach out to us. We probably have. We've got a ton of number 1s. So if anybody needs a number 1 that's a first print, either the main cover, the Jock variant cover, or our special store exclusive featuring Jorge Corona's art, let us know. We've got them in stock. Okay. Next up from Marvel this week, we have Black Cat number 11. I think that might be one of my favorite J. Scott Campbell covers because she's not in her standard pose. You know, it's a different take, a side profile take of Black Cat there. Black Cat's Marvel Universe crime spree continues. In this issue, Felicia Hardy is breaking into Stark Unlimited. Black Cat versus Iron Man. I'm pretty worried for Tony. Main cover on my side is by J. Scott Campbell. The variant cover on Dom's side is the Marvel Zombies variant by Greg Land.
You really think Tony Stark would be worried about her?
No, I don't at all. That's just the copy that I had to copy and paste that's in the
I
description.
got it.
So.
I'm just saying.
Next up from Marvel in stores on June 10th, we've got Deadpool number 5. This is still the Deadpool King of Monsters story. A kaiju haiku. Deadpool loves monster. Monster springs city attack. What to do, Deadpool? With a Spider-Woman variant cover by Mirka Andolfo on Dom's side. Deadpool 5 is in stores June 10th and on FOC Monday. I don't know what he's going to do cutting that rock because he's standing on that rock.
Is he dropping it on his head?
It looks like it. It looks like that's what he's trying to do.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Deadpool always has great covers. Not a fan of the storylines.
Okay, so there's a couple of blocks of text next because despite being closed for a month and a half, these people couldn't get an image for the books. So I'm going to read this to you. From Artists, Writers, and Artisans, AWA this week comes Old Haunts number 1. 3 made men standing at the brink of retirement find their unbreakable bond to put to the ultimate test when they are suddenly assaulted by the ghosts of their past. Confronted by decades of buried secrets, resentments, affairs, double crosses, and murders, the 3 friends have no choice but to unearth the deepest, darkest sin from their past and pray that they don't find an empty grave. That sounds awesome. I wish I had an image to throw up there to show you how awesome it would be, but I don't.
People, we're picture people.
Yeah, you would think it's a visual medium that we're dealing with here.
We'll do this. We'll put words on a screen.
Idiots.
We'll put words, and they have to read it.
Randy's taking his table home. Yay! And from Boom, we're no better because this block of text that's right here is about a new Buffy the Vampire Slayer Willow number 1. After everything and everyone she lost to the Hellmouth, Willow is leaving Sunnydale behind for a new school that promises to help you prioritize your true self. But Willow soon learns that all is not as it seems, and if your true self isn't what the school thinks it should be, well, don't worry, they'll help you get there by any means necessary. Now, truly alone for the first time in her life, Willow must rely only on her instincts and her magic to save herself from a different kind of threat than Buffy ever prepared her to face. From award-winning writer Mariko Tamaki, who did the Harley Quinn Breaking Glass graphic novel, and superstar artist Natasha Bustos from Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, They bring Willow face to face with the truth of her past and plant the seeds for a future no one could have predicted. The main cover for this is supposed to be by Jen Bartel, so if you guys know who she is, she's fantastic. But I don't have an image, so. But if you'd like to order that, I think it's just a one-shot. I don't know that it's a series. I didn't do the research to find out if there's...
Sometimes it'll pop up after this, so if you just search on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, next up from Boom. Very excited about this one. We've got Faithless 2, number 1. This, again, was supposed to be in stores on April 1st, so this has also been sitting in the Diamond Warehouse for a month and a half. So if you don't know about Faithless was originally a 6-issue miniseries written by Brian Azzarello with art by Maria Lovett that was an erotic horror thriller story. It sold amazingly well. They collected the first 6 issues into a trade paperback. Everything has sold so well that they are coming back to do a second series. Again, it's a 6-issue miniseries. Issue 1 is in store June 10th. The best-selling erotic thriller returns from the acclaimed team of Azzarello and Lovett as Faith and her lovers Louis, also known as the Devil, and Poppy, which is the Devil's daughter, so that's kind of weird, bring magic and chaos to the streets of Italy. Turin, which is known as the epicenter of black magic, is also a place of high fashion, art, and literature. Now Faith is in the center of it all, and with that, her own power grows. But any power comes with a price. Faith has only just begun to pay for hers. Curious about this blockbuster occult sex thriller? This is your new jumping on point, featuring the first... so the main cover that we have up there is by Maria Lovett. There is going to be a 6-issue erotic connecting cover variant by Tula Latte, who's my girlfriend, which is place held over there by that big red box. They'll come polybagged, so you can't see what the covers are, and they're too explicit to show you anywhere. So that there are some very, very erotic covers there. And we also have down here, we have the FOC exclusive cover for Faithless 2, number 1, by Mr. Chris Anka. So if you missed out on this when we FOC'd it back in March, we can take your orders right now. Main cover, FOC, or the connecting cover, and then the FOC cover by Chris Anka for Faithless 2, number 1. This is pretty cool, this next one from Boom here. This is an original graphic novel written, or it's from author R.L. Stine. We have Just Beyond, and it was just announced on May 7th that Disney has optioned this for a series on Disney+. Nice. So you can get in on the ground floor with this original graphic novel in stores June 10th. Family camping trips are supposed to be fun, but for Parker, Annie, and the Walden family, they're an absolute nightmare. After a creepy, unidentified bird attacks their mom in the forest, Parker and Annie find themselves face-to-face with 2 strange creatures that suddenly enter the kids' brains and take control of their bodies. What? Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Can Parker and Annie break loose of this horrific control and convince their family of what's happening, or will the creatures take over their lives for good? Written by R.L. Stine with art by Nicole Matthews, 144 pages, 6x9 format, so it's going to be kind of a little digest-sized book. $10 for cover price, and you get 10% off of that. And like I said, May 7th, it was announced that it's in production to be a series on Disney+. So R.L. Stine's Just Beyond original graphic novel on FOC on Monday.
Nice.
Okay. From Ablaze Entertainment this week, a new publisher that kind of popped out of nowhere. We have their sequel to Queen of the Black Coast. This is the Sumerian Red Nails number 1 in stores June 10th.
You must have been doing a lot of these type Conan things?
Yeah.
Lately?
All over the place, right? Robert E. Howard's Conan is brought to life uncensored. Discover the true Conan, unrestrained, violent, and sexual.
Already FOC this?
We did the other one, the Queen of the Black Coast.
Okay.
This is the sequel. No, it's okay. Queen of the Black Coast was 2 issues, I think. This is another 2-issue thing, so they're just little things, little stories. But Red Nails is one of the most famous Robert E. Howard Conan stories in the history of Conan. So it's brought to you right now, uncensored. Conan finds himself in the Darfar region, whose territory is almost entirely covered by a huge forest. Here he pledges himself a mercenary, promising his sword to the highest bidder, fighting alongside fellow mercenary and fierce female warrior Valeria. After, a clash against a terrible dragon, the two go to a strange fortified city, apparently deserted, But the duo will quickly discover that a civilization lives hidden inside, and that the Citadel hides a heavy secret. So the main cover on my side is by, I don't know how to say it, Dieter Casagrain. Cover B on Dom's side right there is by Steve Morris.
That's easy to say.
That is very easy to say. Cover C down here on my side, if we pop up one level.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at
the butts.
No, the name of the next artist.
Oh, this one is by Viktor Kalavchev. That's cover C. Cover D on Dom's side is again by Didier Casagrain. And then last but not least, we have the Superman homage, cover E cool. on the very bottom, by Fritz Cassis. Pretty badass.
That is cool.
Throwback to Mr. Neil Adams for, I can't remember what issue of Superman. Yeah.
Get this copy.
Yep. Next up from American Mythology this week, we've got Casper Spotlight Ghostly Trio #1. If you think you know ghosts, think again. Those 3 bumbling, grumbling specters are here to make you laugh as they try their darndest to spoil Casper's day. But with Casper's ever-present cheerfulness and with the help of his friends, the ghostly trio doesn't stand a chance at doing anything but fumbling their own pranks in hilarious fashion. Casper Spotlight Ghostly Trio #1 is available with 2 covers. The main cover right here is $3.99. I didn't put up the other one because it's a 350 copy limited edition and it's $10. But if you're interested in that, we'll show you how you can look that up. Okay? From Antarctic Press this week, it's a weird one-shot called Black Hops Hair Trigger. Get all these these rabbit references. Rabbit. America's daring, highly trained special missions rabbit, USA GI, I guess that's his name, is back in an all-new volume of Black Hops. The perfect hopping on point for new readers.
That's great.
Hair Trigger pits USA GI and new operatives Patriot R and Rigor Tortoise instead of Rigor Mortis.
Rigor Tortoise.
I gotta ask Chad New if he's got any Rigor Tortoises over there at Nature Box Pet Emporium.
Hair Trigger.
Against the terrorist cell Ningen and their leader Apex Moth. Together, they'll have to infiltrate a secret facility on New York Harbor's Hart Island to thwart the release of a deadly new threat. This new adventure and series beginning reunites the original artist-writer team of Timothy Lim and Mark Pellegrini and adds Punchline creative team Bill Williams and Matthew Weldon. Features a co-op gameplay comic format that you'll have to see for yourself.
Okay.
$6.99, Black Hops Hair Trigger, just a one-shot.
Just a one-shot.
Just a one-shot.
See, and this is going to start off something if it's good.
For $7, it's got to be oversized. I didn't take a look at the page count to see how big it was. This is another one that we've already FOC'd, but it's back from Dynamite this week. It's right. In stores on June 10th, we've got The Boys' Dear Becky #1. 12 years after the events of The Boys, Huey finds himself back home in Scotland, where he intends to finally marry Annie in the company of friends and family, but the sudden appearance of a peculiar document sends our hero into a tailspin and threatens to bring the events of his nightmarish past crashing down on him in the worst possible way. There was one story about The Boys that Huey never knew. Now, whether he likes it or not, he's going to. Written by Garth Ennis with cover and interior art by Derek Robertson. The Boys, Dear Becky #1. If you guys have followed the series on Amazon Prime, this is a great place to jump on to read some new Boys material. Okay, this again, next up from Archie, another book that we've already FOC'd, but we're doing it again. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Something Wicked #1. It's a 5-issue miniseries in stores on June 3rd. Volume 2 of the critically acclaimed Sabrina the Teenage Witch series by Kelly Thompson and Veronica and Andy Fish. Sabrina saved the day and saved her friends, her family, the whole town of Greendale, really, and she should be riding high, but things are never quite that simple. She's trapped in a love triangle, she's having trouble balancing her mortal and witch parts of herself. Oh yeah, and she's being blackmailed. As if all that wasn't enough, while trying to help Radka and Ren with their supernatural problem, her aunts suddenly are starting to look like people she can't trust. What is a teen witch to do, Dominic?
I don't know.
Main cover on my side is by Veronica Fish. Cover B on Dom's side is by Sweeney Boo. Cover C on my side down here. Look at the strange placement of those pentagrams.
Yeah.
It's odd. That cover right there is by Rebecca Isaacs. Cover D on Dom's side is by Marguerite Sauvage. And cover E down here on my side is by Cameron Stewart, who did a bunch of stuff with Batgirl and Motor Crush. So Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Something Wicked #1 in stores June 3rd. We've got a couple more. This is our last big one, big #1. Then we're going to go to the number. Who does #2 work for? From Oni this week and in stores on June 10th, Rick and Morty Go to Hell. It finally happened. Rick and Morty are in hell, and we don't mean the DMV. It's fire, brimstone, and torture for all of eternity. Typical Rick, he sees a way out of this mess and drags Morty with him on a horrific adventure to speak to the manager.
Oh boy.
He's pulling a Karen.
Karen. My name is Karen.
Main cover, Karen Rick. Main cover on my side is by Constanza Arosa. Cover B on Dom's side is by Brian Smith. Cover C down here on my side is by Nicole Go. G-O-U-X. I don't know how to say that name. Go. Rick and Morty Go to Hell, #1. FOC's on Monday, in stores on June 10th. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Let's hit him with the graphic, the infographic.
Who does #2 work for? Who does #2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
You show that turd who's boss. Who does #2 work for? It works for you guys as long as you pay attention right now. This is a section of the show where we spotlight issue #2s that are on FOC. You may have picked up issue #1 off the rack. If you enjoyed it, let us know so that we can add it to your poll so that you don't miss out. Okay, so first up, from Aftershock, we've got Artemis and Assassin #2. Time-traveling assassin Maya arrives in Nazi-occupied France during World War II, intending to kill infamous spy Virginia Hall and change the course of history. But when the mission goes utterly awry, the course of Maya's life is changed, and she and Virginia are pitched headlong through time. The tense time travel adventure by Stephanie Phillips, Megan Hetrick, Francis Fantini, Lauren Affey, and Troy Pateri continues at a breakneck pace, with a main cover by Mr. Phil Hester. So it sounds fantastic. Artemis and Assassin #2. Also from Aftershock this week, we have Join the Future #2. The future where ultra-modern megacities flourish while rural American towns struggle to survive. After an attack by high-tech mercenaries, the small community of Franklin vacates its township and starts moving its people to the city. This sends the mayor's strong-willed teenage daughter, Clementine Libby, on a quest of revenge and resistance as she challenges the city's control while clinging to her small-town principles. Come join her adventure in this sci-fi western written by Zach Kaplan with art by Peter Kowalski. Join the Future is a sci-fi western that examines a tomorrow where everyone must ask what your values are truly worth. Join the Future #2. All right. From Albatross Exploding Funny Books, we've got Grumble, Memphis, and Beyond the Infinite #2 of 5. Lock and load. Small-time criminals Eddie and Tala are getting deployed across the universe alongside a well-armed militia of interdimensional mutants and weirdos. But the greatest threat may be the secrets they are keeping from each other. Will Tala finally come clean? Will the mission to rescue her mom succeed? Or will Eddie go nuts and stab everyone once the truth is revealed?
Okay.
Cover right there is by Mr. Mike Norton. I love that the dog has a helmet and this massive weapon on, and the dog's helmet says, same different dog. Grumble, Memphis, and Beyond the Infinite #2. From AWA, from Artists, Writers, and Artisans, this week we have Archangel 8, #2 of 5. This came out right before we closed the doors. In a world beyond the sight of mortals, heaven and hell wage war for the souls of mankind. Where have we heard that before? A number of different places.
Yeah, everything.
Principal among God's legion are 7 archangels written about in religious text for millennia, but there is an 8th archangel known only from passing allusions in Apocrypha who operates under a different code. Fighting without God's sanction, he faces the enemy on his own terms and shows just how bad good can be. That still sounds super badass. Yeah. Main cover right there is by Jeff Deckel If you picked up a copy of Archangel 8 number 1 and you would like number 2 added to your subscription, or pull a copy so that we don't miss out for you. Okay, from Image this week, Decorum number 2 is finally coming out. Main cover and variant cover are both by Mike Huddleston. This is Jonathan Hickman and Huddleston's weird sci-fi operatic thing that is weird and bizarre, but it's also absolutely beautiful and a fun read. If you picked up number 1 before we closed, remember number 1 was also a guaranteed comic. So if you bought it, you didn't like it, bring it back. We'll credit you on your next purchase. But number 2 of this 8-issue miniseries is on FOC this Monday, so don't miss out. Next up from Image, we've got Stealth number 2 of 6. Detroit's legendary superpowered vigilante Stealth has lost control, plunging the city into chaos. Now, Dead Hand reemerges to finish off his longtime enemy once and for all. Main cover right there is by Jason Howard. This was a character that was originally created by Robert Kirkman and Will Portacio that has been resurrected for a new 6-issue miniseries. Okay, from Oni Press this week, we have Dryad number 2. Reyna and Griffin dread that they've released an ancient evil from the temple, but Morgan and Yale battle fear with logic and reason. Amid all the chaos, one thing is clear. The town of Frostbrook has been set ablaze with demons roaming the streets in search of one target, Yale. Main cover right there is by Thomas Oleksak. That Dryad number 1 came out a while ago. We sold out of it. Number 2 is on FOC on Monday. If you picked up number 1 and read it and enjoyed it, make sure you get number 2 on your subscription.
Number 2 work for you.
Make number 2 work for you. That's right. And from Valiant this week, we have Final Witness number 2. Nick Miller learns that he wasn't the only one struck by lightning and gained superpowers. Who is this other chosen one, and could they be San Francisco's shocking serial killer? The mystery deepens and turns deadly in the can't-miss second chapter of the crime noir of the year. Cover A on my side is by Raza. Cover B on Dom's side is by Tyler Kirkham, which is also badass. Cover C down here is by Ray Fox. 1 and 2 are way better, but, to each their own. And finally, from Vault this week, we have No One's Rose number 2. This, again, came out right before the closure. We still have a couple of copies of number 1 on the rack. In the chaotic aftermath of the parade, siblings Ten and Saren are left to contemplate the future of the Green Zone. As the eco-utopia's precarious balance is exposed, Ten's future as a bioengineer is threatened, while Saren learns what it means to join the symbiotic real. Cover right here, the main cover is by Alberto Jimenez Albuquerque. No One's Rose number 2. We sold some of those on the stream sale. If you got a copy and read it and enjoyed it, make sure that you add number 2 to your subscription, or at least pull a copy so that you don't miss out. And that's it, folks. This is the last part of this show is the complete list of everything that is on FOC this Monday, May 18th. Get your orders in by 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The way this works, it's all sorted alphabetically by publisher. All you have to do if you're interested in any of the stuff that is on this list is to grab... You want to do that Casper one? What was that? That was from American Mythology, the limited retro animation cover. Copy that diamond code. You paste that diamond code into a web browser of your choice. And the first thing that's going to pop up is the Previews World listing for that item code. You follow that link, boom, it takes you right to the Casper Spotlight Ghostly Trio number 1, the limited retro animation cover, 350 copies available, $10 for cover price on that one. But that's how the list works. All of the information is right there at your fingertips so that you can, over the weekend, because we're doing this Friday morning, you've got all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and half a day on Monday, so you got 3.5 days to go through this list, get your orders together, send it to us by 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday. We'll get it plugged into the computer. Bob's your uncle. Comics are on their way. So that's what it's all about. That's what the list is for. We hope you guys find this show informative. We keep doing it every Friday. You guys seem to respond to this and to the YouTube videos, so we're going to keep doing it as long as we can, as long as stuff is on FOC. So if you have questions, message us here at the store. You can give us a call here at the shop, 303-484-9103. You can send us an email to hojcomics@gmail.com. Any way that you want, we will get your order taken, and we will make sure that we have comics for you. And new books resume on Wednesday. So Wednesday, May 20th. It's exciting. It's terrifying.
Back.
We'll see what happens.
Well, kind of.
Yeah. All right. That's it, Super Friends. We'll see you guys next Monday for our live stream sale. We'll have a surplus sale for you later this afternoon, so make sure you keep track on the Facebook page, and have a good weekend. Be safe. I'm John.
I'm done.
Have a good one.
Bye.